Shalom, my friends. Hi, this is Jerusalem Jane going live to give an update on the situation here in Israel. Israel is literally under attack. But before I go into all of these things, before I start sharing about it, I'm just going to give it a minute or two. Just going to wait. It always takes a little while until people are signing up when I go live. So I'm just going to wait a few minutes before I start speaking about Israel being under attack. This video goes out live on my Israel One Nation on Facebook. I will also upload it later on my YouTube channel called Jerusalem Jane. So if you haven't followed me there yet, go on YouTube, find Jerusalem Jane and follow my videos there. I'm gonna make this video as short as I possibly can, just short and brief about the situation in Israel right now. And you can leave a comment telling me where you are signing in from, where you're watching from. I'm sitting here in my small apartment in Jerusalem. I'm still sitting in my wheelchair. Some of you know that I broke my foot. I have a massive foot injury. So I am locked in my house. Otherwise I would be out and about making reports, but I'm still in my wheelchair with a massive foot injury, and it's gonna take maybe a couple of months before I will be back in business and being out reporting, being your girly boots on the ground. I can see someone is from North Carolina, someone is signing in, Kelly from Australia. Welcome to America. Good morning to people waking up in America. So as I am going on live now, my phone is going up, duk, 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 red alerts, red alert, red alerts, rocket attacks into Israel. So let me just start by saying that this morning, 1 minute before 7 o'clock, 27 rockets was fired from the Gaza Strip into Israel. My phone, the alarm was going off one after another, just bam, 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 bam. So today Israel was attacked from Gaza in the most massive attack since the confrontations with Hamas in Gaza and the protective edge in 2014. Today, the rockets were not fired by Hamas, they were fired from Islamic Jihad inside Gaza. Comme ci, comme ça, la la la. Islamic Jihad, Hamas, it's all one big bunch of terrorists who hates the Jews, who want to eradicate the Jewish people, who want a one-state solution, which means Palestine is going to be Juden-frei, and they want to take over Israel. So this morning, the people living in the areas around the Gaza Strip had to run for their lives. If they don't have a bomb shelter in their house, they have to run to one of the bomb shelters in the nearby areas. I want to tell you something, because I have been there. These people don't even have 15 seconds from when the alarm goes off until the rocket is gonna hit. 15 seconds. You can't do anything in 15 seconds. Imagine living on the 3rd floor with 4 children. You have to get down the stairs, or if you're an old grandma walking with a stroller, you can't get down from the 3rd floor in 15 seconds. But this is reality for the people living near the Gaza border. So now almost 30 rockets has been fired from the Gaza Strip into Jewish communities today, sending people running for their lives. 25 of these rockets was intercepted by the Israeli air missile defense system, the Iron Dome. They took down 25. A couple of rockets landed in open area, and one rocket passed through the Israeli defense system, and it landed in a kindergarten. A kindergarten in Israel was hit by a rocket today. Some of the rockets fired from inside the Gaza Strip today was made in Iran. What a shocker. 1 hour separated this, and now my phone is going off. Rocket attack, red alert, red alert, red alert. Right now, as I'm speaking, it's coming in on my phone. Rocket attack, number 6 now in 10 seconds. Which means that the people, one more time, living in these areas have to let go of everything they are doing and run for their life. But like I started to say, this morning, one of these rockets hit a kindergarten here in Israel, and shrapnel was flying into the building, into the front door, through the ceilings. Can you imagine, just 1 hour later, Jewish wives, Jewish mothers, Jewish fathers would have been right there in the midst of that, delivering their children into this kindergarten. And we could have seen a huge massacre. We could have seen children, women, husband, dads, siblings with their head blown off from a rocket fired inside the Gaza Strip. This is what's happening in Israel today. And like I said, my phone is still ticking. So this is the biggest attack on Israel from the Gaza Strip since 2014, since the protective edge. So of course Hamas is out saying it's not our doing, but we celebrate it, we welcome any attack on the Jewish people. Islamic Jihad inside the Gaza Strip is out, of course, celebrating, saying this is what we did, you know, we are attacking the Jewish people. So today, all the, from the left to the right, all the politicians in Israel are out strongly condemning this, saying they have crossed the red line, which I don't even know. They have crossed that line so many times. But attacking a kindergarten in Israel is like, you know, we have had it up to here. So Benjamin Netanyahu was out. Benjamin Netanyahu was having a security briefing today in Jerusalem. Avigdor Lieberman, which is the defense minister of Israel, was having a security briefing with the leaders of the IDF in Tel Aviv. And Prime Minister Benjamin Netanyahu was out saying Israel will respond with great force. We do not accept a full frontal attack on our people. So about an hour ago, the Israeli Air Force went up in their jets and they bombed inside the Gaza Strip. They bombed Islamic Jihad and Hamas training facilities, 5 or 6 different targets inside the Gaza Strip. And the IDF was just out now saying this was the massive or the biggest response from the IDF inside Gaza since 2014. So this is what we're facing right now, and now it comes again on my phone. Red alert, that's number 2. 2 red alerts right now, 3 red alerts coming in, 4 red alerts is coming in. Just since I started this live video, 4 minutes ago, we have had 7 red alerts, which means it's rockets attacks on the Gaza border. So Israel went in and retaliated. So I was just watching Fox News, and thank you, Fox News, probably some of the only mainstream journalist who is reporting about this. So Fox News actually had a journalist standing in the kindergarten with some of the shrapnels in his hand, saying almost 30 rockets were fired at Israel this morning. And look, here I am standing in a kindergarten. Look at all the damages in the kindergarten. You can only say, thank God no children were there, or it would have been a massacre. So thank you, Fox News, for sharing this. I am looking around seeing, will you watch this in your mainstream media? Because this is a full frontal attack on Israel. Any other nation being attacked from a foreign entity like Hamas in the Gaza Strip, any other nation being attacked like that will see this as a declaration of war. 27 in the morning, and now later, almost 30 rockets fired at Israel this morning. We are not talking about that we are in a war and this is soldier against soldier. These are bloody terrorists who are sitting inside the Gaza Strip saying, let's just fire rockets into Israel because we want to kill as many Jewish children, wives, husbands, children as we possibly can. That is what's happening right now. So I'm saying, is mainstream media going to cover this? They are probably going to cover this because they are going to say Israel bombed in Gaza. And then briefly they are going to mention, why did Israel bomb in Gaza? Why? Because rocket after rocket after rocket after rocket after rocket is being fired into Israel, but that is never being reported in mainstream media. We have these almost on a weekly basis. And now today, 30 rockets in one day, one hitting a kindergarten. So I really wish you would share out this video. Please share out this video because I'm not sure that you're going to hear about this in your mainstream media. That Israel is literally at war. If Belgium or Thailand or America or Australia was attacked with 30 rockets fired at your civilians, would you sit back like this saying, huh? No, you would see this as a state of war. Why shouldn't Israel? Why shouldn't Israel be allowed to protect her people? Why shouldn't the people living close to the Gaza border be able to live in peace? Why do they have a bomb shelter almost every 20 meters down the road? Because they know if a rocket is fired from inside the Gaza Strip, I don't even have 20 seconds. 20 seconds to find shelter. So of course Israel is out now retaliating. And I'm at a point now where I'm saying enough is enough. What does it take? How much does it take? Does it take a whole Jewish kindergarten with what, 100 children with their head decapitated from rockets flying from Iran before the world is waking up, seeing what the Jewish people has to face every day? I just saw now that a spokesperson from the European Union and the United Nations is out on Twitter saying it's unacceptable that Israel is being bombarded inside the Gaza Strip. But at the same time, we encourage all partners to show restraint. Isn't it just like you want to take a bucket and throw up? You're telling Israel you need to show restraint from all of this? It's absolutely ludicrous, and it's an insult to the Jewish people, and the Jewish people just want to live in their own country in peace and prosperity, like you do in whatever country you are from. So like I said, I want to keep this video brief because I really hope that you want to share this video out, and I don't want to make it too long from people who are watching a replay. I just want to end this video by saying, why is all of this going on? Why do we have all of these rocket attacks? And why is the world falling on their heads, screaming in mainstream media that Israel is doing massacre on the people living inside the Gaza Strip? When we have watched the mainstream media for the last 2 months, Friday after Friday, broadcasting from inside the Gaza Strip, screaming, making headlines that Israel is butchering innocent civilians, Israel is committing genocide, Israel is committing massacre on the Palestinians living inside of Gaza Strip. Give me a break. There is no peaceful protest inside the Gaza Strip, none whatsoever. Hamas inside the Gaza Strip knew that Donald Trump was going to move the embassy. He knew that we were going to celebrate Israel's 70th anniversary. The Ramadan is coming up, which is a good excuse for the Arabs to always go crazy. So there is no peaceful protest. What we have seen inside the Gaza Strip is something Hamas has been planning for months. Months and months and months. And they have encouraged all the civilians living inside the Gaza Strip when we reach Friday, after Friday prayer, you're going to go to the defense, or going up to the fence going into Israel. And we are going to pay every single family who's going to put their women and children going up to the fence. And you have to understand something. For us people, normal people, I was going to say, this sounds difficult. And this is the thing that is very hard for us to grasp. And I think that's why mainstream media is so stupid, because they cannot believe reality. Hamas do not care about the people living inside Gaza. Hamas is running, I just want to say for the record, now my phone is going off, that's 2 rocket attacks now on the Gaza Strip, that's 3 rocket attack, that's 4 rockets attack. They just keep coming in, keep coming in, keep coming in. It's been like that all day. Rocket siren, code red, code red, code reds. I want to say this to you. You need to understand this. You need to understand the truth. Hamas don't, another rocket attack coming in. Hamas don't care about the people living inside the Gaza Strip. Hamas has built bunkers all under the Gaza Strip. So now, after they fired rocket into Israel today, Islamic Jihad, all the Hamas leaders, big fat cowards as they are hiding now in bunkers under the Gaza Strip. And they of course have all their families there. They got food, utilities, they got the power that the people in the Gaza Strip don't have. So right now all these terrorist leaders are sitting hiding like the big fat cowards they are in the Gaza Strip, because they knew Israel was gonna go and retaliate. So all of these protests we have seen the last many weeks has been planned by Hamas. And Hamas need civilians, casualties, so Israel once again can be blamed as the big aggressor and the apartheid state, and the people just massacring the Palestinians. So Hamas is doing an excellent job in spinning reality, in telling lies and telling propaganda, and they have used women and children as human shields. We have seen, and thank God that this has been revealed with security footage from the border, and also because they are so stupid, they are filming themselves and posting on social media. So all of this has been about Hamas terrorists disguising themselves as civilians, covering up amongst all of these civilians, and then with big scissors and many equipment, they have breached the fence into Israel with knives, big butcher knives, and they have breached the fence, and they have made videos saying, we want to go and kill the Jews, to stab their hearts and eat their livers. This has been the whole idea of the protest that we have seen the last couple of, or many weeks, going in from the Gaza border into Israel. Of course, if Hamas has done that only by Hamas terrorists, it would have been obvious for the whole world. Then the whole world would condemn them. So what did Hamas need? They need human shields. They need civilian casualties. They need dead children. They need dead women. So they encourage all these women and children, go up to the fence. If you get injured, we will pay you. If you get killed, we will pay you. And video after video after video has shown all of these Hamas terrorists trying to breach the border, going in to do what in Israel? They didn't even try to hide it. We want to breach the border into Israel, we want to kill the Jews, and we want to kidnap Israeli civilians and pull in as prisoners in the Gaza Strip. It is not even something Hamas is hiding, and yet the whole mainstream media is falling on their tails, believing the propaganda. And then Donald Trump moved the embassy. Thank you, Donald Trump. And then they are spinning the story. Oh, boo-hoo, poor Palestinians is upset because Donald Trump is moving the embassy. It has nothing to do with the embassy. This is a deep, demonic hate towards the Jewish people that has been going on for centuries. How do we know this? Do they want peace with Israel? No, they don't. Look at some of the videos coming out from the Gaza Strip. Look how children in kindergartens in Judea and Samaria and in the Gaza Strip is dressed up in full military uniforms, doing role plays in how to kidnap Israeli children, how to kidnap Israeli women, and how to kill the filthy Jews. If that is what you're teaching your children to be the next generation of terrorists, how will there ever be peace? There will never be peace. They teach their children that Israel stole their land, that Palestine from the river to the sea should be liberated and free. From what? From all the Jews. So you have to understand something. Israel is only protecting her borders. So when the mainstream media went absolutely berserk and saying that Israel kills 63 innocent civilians at the Gaza border, are you kidding me? What a load of... Did you know that out of those 63 kills was 50 Hamas members? Hamas was out admitting 50 of those 63 kills were our Hamas members who was trying to breach the border and go in and kill the Jews. 3 of them were Islamic Jihad fighters. So not even 10 people were innocent civilians, and the whole mainstream media on all the governments in the world and the stupid United Nations is taking a minute of silence. A minute of silence in the United Nations for the 63 killed innocent civilians, and 53 of them were Hamas members who didn't even try to hide, we want to go and kill the Jews. And yet the United Nations are taking a minute of silence. That is so repulsive, I cannot even find the words to describe it. And we have seen people around the world having memorial ceremonies for the innocent Palestinians killed in the Gaza Strip. It is absolutely ludicrous. You have to understand something. Israel was protecting her borders. Israel had snipers sitting at the borders, knowing exactly who to look for, what to look for. They can spot a terrorist among civilians. And that is why out of 63 casualties, 53 were bloody terrorists, because the IDF did an incredible job to take out terrorists amongst 40,000 people trying to breach your fence. So don't you dare talk about Israel using aggressive force or too much force. Israel was throwing restraint in a way you will see no other nation doing, with cold, bloody terrorists trying to breach your borders. At the same time, we have seen video upon video upon video of these kites that they are making inside the Gaza Strip, and then they put explosive devices on the bottom and they put them on fire, and then they send them over the border into Israel. And many acres of land, precious land inside the Jewish nation, has been burned to death. Many animals killed, agriculture destroyed, Jewish farms and their crops completely destroyed. This is a new form of terrorism. This is arson terrorism. Who is reporting about that? Is the United Nations out condemning that? Is the European Union out condemning that? Is your country out condemning that? Or is even your mainstream media out reporting that? No. But let's condemn Israel for protecting her borders. Let's condemn IDF for using aggressive force when Israel was using sharpshooters who took out, pinpointed 50 terrorists among 40,000 people. Thumbs up, IDF. Thank you for being the best military in the world. Thank you for doing an excellent job in protecting us. And right now, still, if you're just joining me now, I'm sharing how rocket attack after rocket attack after rocket attack have been sounding here in Israel all day. 30 rockets fired from Islamic Jihad inside the Gaza Strip towards Israeli civilians. One hitting a kindergarten where we can only say 1 hour later, and that place would have been packed. And now there's another rocket attack. What is that? Rocket attack number 12 while I have made this video, which means the people living in that area has to run for their lives. Can you even imagine the traumas, the fear that these children have living close to the Gaza border? Can you imagine what these children are feeling like? Can you imagine the children actually arriving this morning at this kindergarten, and they are seeing all of the IDF and the police, and they have heard the sirens, and they had to run for their lives, and now they are running to their kindergarten where they're supposed to be able to feel safe and be on the playground and have a good day like your kids is doing wherever you are living in the world. And now they arrive and they see my kindergarten was attacked by a rocket. Can you imagine the fear and the despair in children like that, not knowing, asking mommy, well, mom, are they gonna hit when I'm in that area tomorrow? These children are deeply traumatized. Who cares about that? Nobody. But everybody is just so busy talking about the poor children in the Gaza Strip. So it's time to get some perspective, people. It's time to get your head out of the sand and to wake up and realize that the Jewish people want peace. More than anybody, the Jewish people want peace. Why do you think the Arabs are in the Gaza Strip? 2005, Israel pulled out thousands and thousands and thousands of people who were living in the Gaza Strip. They even dug up their dead in the graves out of the Gaza Strip, and they handed it over to the Arabs. Beautiful, fruitful dirt, beautiful ground, houses, greenhouses, everything was set up for them to just take over and prosper and have a nice life. What did they do? They destroyed everything. Everything they destroyed, because they didn't want anything the dirty Jews have made. And what happened? Hamas took over the Gaza Strip. Hamas, the filthy, disgusting terrorist organization, has been running the Gaza Strip ever since. The first 2 years before Hamas took over, the borders was open into Israel, but then they started firing rockets after rocket after rocket, and Israel did what any other nation would do. They shut the border, they protect their people. Are the people suffering in Gaza? Well, they choose Hamas, and now this wicked, evil terrorist regime is running the Gaza Strip, and they don't care about their people, their own people. They just need dead Palestinian children so the world can blame Israel. And that is what we have been seeing going on now for 2 years, 2 months, with the whole scenario in the Gaza Strip. So I want to end this video now. That was just a little update from Jerusalem Jane. Israel is under attack, firing from the Gaza Strip. So far, 30 rockets. Started 1 minute to 7 this morning, and we have had code red, code red, code red in Israel all day. 1 rocket fell through the Iron Dome missile defense system, and it hit the vicinity of a kindergarten, and massive damage, massive shrapnel was hit into that kindergarten. And God forbid that there would have been people. 1 hour later, it would have been packed with children and parents in that place, and we would have had a massacre on Jewish people. So I bet you won't hear about all of this in your mainstream media. So Jerusalem Jane signing off. Thank you for all of your wonderful comments. Thank you, thank you, thank you. Keep standing for Israel. Keep standing for the truth. It is so important that we share the truth, because the mainstream media is always flipping the truth. They wouldn't even know the truth if it hit them in the head when it comes to Israel. So thank you for sharing this video out. Tell your friends to go and follow me here on Israel One Nation, where I'm trying every day to do my best in sharing the news in Israel, about Israel, regarding Israel, because mainstream media, they really suck when it comes to Israel. And right now, 2 more rocket attacks, rocket attack, rocket attack. So it's been like that all days for the people living near the Gaza border. Like I said, I'm still in a wheelchair. I'm still sitting with a broken foot. That's the only reason why I'm not down by the Gaza border, sharing live videos, sharing videos from the kindergarten, so you could have seen for yourself what it is the Jewish people are facing. So thank you everybody for standing with Israel. Thank you for praying for Israel. And I want to say something as the closure of this video. The people living close to the Gaza border, they are tough. They are tough. They pick up and they go to school and they do their shopping and they go play football, and they are doing their best to have a normal life. And that's why I want to say to each and every one of you, don't you ever be afraid of coming to Israel. It doesn't matter what's going on. Don't ever be afraid of coming to Israel. This is the Holy Land. This is God's land, and God will protect his people. But it doesn't mean that we as people can just sit back and say we don't have to do anything. Oh no. When the lies, the hate, and the propaganda against Israel is so incredibly strong and powerful, we who knows the truth, and we who knows the Bible, and we who loves God, and because we love God of Israel, we love the people of Israel, because they are connected like this. You cannot say you love God and you don't love Israel and the Jewish people. So when the other side is so strong and powerful, we need to do better. We need to do better. So share this video out. Please share this video out to as many people as possible. Come to Israel, come to Israel. Tell your pastor in your church, in your congregation, you need to start preaching about Israel. You need to start telling us, what does the Bible say about Israel? Why do we need to stand with Israel? Go to your pastor and encourage him. Go to your pastor and encourage him to put up the Israeli flag in your church. So every Sunday, every Saturday, every Friday, when you come together, you are being reminded, oh, we need to pray and bless the Holy Land, because as Christians we would have nothing if it wasn't for Israel. And if we don't stand with Israel, who will stand with Israel, right? So you grab a hold of your pastor and you say, we need to get busy when it comes to Israel. Jerusalem Jane, mwah, kiss, love and hug, signing off, standing for Israel as much as I possibly can for such a time as this. Share this video out. Tell your people to come to Israel and follow me here on Israel One Nation. Have a wonderful day wherever you are around the world. And if things escalate here in Israel, if more rockets are flying in, if things are going to heat up, I will go live again. I promise to keep all of you updated. Bye.